Good evening. How is everyone doing? I'd like to take the time to welcome you to another Morning Glory Apostolic Prophetic Center video. I am your host, Hubbard, and today we're going to continue our message from this morning entitled Show No Remorse in Their Happiness. Show no remorse in their happiness. And we're going to be over in 1 Corinthians chapter 6 as we deal with this matter. So we got to understand a lot of times, many of us, because we don't have the relationship with God that we desire or that we seek, is not that we can't have it, is that we refuse to acknowledge the truth of who we are. We refuse to acknowledge rebuke, correction. We refuse to acknowledge that we are violating the same law that we claim that we're going to live for, in which we were promised something called everlasting life. And for many of us, we have chosen the world's standards and the world's way of living instead of laying back and waiting on what God has for us. Tomorrow, we entering into the month of June. And for many of us, we will begin to see the heavens open up for us, because you was judged and you were found not wanting, which means you was at a place of contentment. For some of you, the heavens were partially open because you got enough belief in God that you still willing to go all the way. And for some of us, we just hand God our butt. Bump what you say. Bump what they say. This what I want. And I'm going to use your word to make other people know this is who I got and God told me so. That ain't the way it works. That's why God got people like me. We like these old haughty, strong, stiff-necked, prideful heathens so we can tear them down. Because one thing you're not going to do, you're not going to claim that you love God with all your heart, all your soul, and all your mind. And the minute some Johnny or Janet come around, you rush off with them. And God is in the back burner. Let me ask you a question. Since you got your man, how many videos have you done for God? How? Who's been encouraged besides the man you want? I hear you talking. We know what's going on. That's why Brother Hubbard pre-matches. See, God hate a person who try to fight him. See, Paul tried that. So even Christ had to come down and talk to Paul. Why you kick against the pricks? Which means, why you want to fight a losing battle? Listen here. Spirituality ain't got nothing to do with some of what we doing. We doing it because we want to do it. We want to feel love. We want to feel wanted. We want to give this love. But it's just certain ways that has got to go. And it ain't gonna go your way because you didn't create the world. And that's what we got to fail to understand, that you don't understand when blessings come in your hand. Y'all see that there? I ain't got to drop it like it's hot. I ain't got to sell no peanuts. You can tell they don't know me. You know what I'm saying? Because anybody know me, I like all my 20s facing the same way. All my 20s, all my 100, they got to face the same. Y'all give me a minute. I got a praise break going on. No praise break. Let me praise break. Woo! I'm on a praise break now. Don't worry about how much it is. It's more than what you got. You got to sleep around for what you want. You got to play. You got to play like a housewife for what you want. A woman or a man that can't stand on their own ain't really a woman or a man, because how you grown and got to depend on somebody else, huh? How you grown? Good thing ain't nobody gonna steal my money. Now, 1 Corinthians chapter 6, let's get into it. Verse 1. Dare any of you have a matter against another? Go to the law before the unjust and not before the saints. Do you know not that the saints shall judge the world? And the world shall be judged by you. Are you unworthy to judge the smallest matters? Know ye not that we shall judge angels? How much more things that pertain to this life? If then you have judgment of things pertaining to this life, set them to judge who are least esteemed in the church. See, somebody around here talking. They talking about Brother Hubbard. They said, who Brother Hubbard think he is? He the only one hear God. Who the Brother Hubbard think he is telling me who I can date and who I can't date? That's what they saying. But they forgot something. I'm just a servant. Why shoot the mailman? I just get paid to deliver the mail. You want to shoot the mailman. But guess what? When you shoot the mailman, did I just do the parable the other day that God rented out a vineyard and he put a husbandman over it, and they kept killing the husbandman. Then he sent his son, and they tried to kill the son. See, since you don't believe me, the man with the mail, he want to run the show. He said, just say what I tell you to say. I said, okay, I do that anyway. Do that anyway. So, what Paul was doing, he was denouncing the pagan court in disputes among Christians. We dealing with this woman who thinks she all that. We're dealing with a woman who gonna do what she want to do. So God want that woman to know, you ain't just dealing with the man that's speaking. You don't understand you dealing with me. You ain't in no court of human opinion. You in the court of a spiritual God. But now you trying to attack, question and demean people that all they was doing was follow instructions because this person don't want to follow instructions. They want to live in the law of the unrighteous. Does that make sense? See, the sin has already been passed. But since God said I got to talk about show no remorse in their happiness, I got to let them know we still ain't letting up. Nobody don't care because they done went to Walmart and put you a little $300 ring on layaway. You do know if you put that ring on, you're gonna be judged. Cause according to God, you done had a man buy you 3 rings that love you to death and you wouldn't put none on. But now you meet a stranger and you want to wear his ring. That don't work over here, boo boo. That don't work over here. You reap what you sow. You can't put on another man's ring and you were married for all these years and wouldn't wear the man that wanted you ring. Oh, so you playing with the wrong guy. Y'all know how I often teach that when Ruth had sex with Boaz, how Boaz died after they had sex. Go ahead and put the ring on. I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm just throwing something out there. Cause I don't know what God gonna do. I'm just I'm just showing no what happened to you. You bad. Put it on. Put it on. How can a man want a woman to be his wife and he don't even know what being a man is? Ooh, that was a low blow. I know it. I'm just speaking what's come to me. Listen here. I ain't got no dog in the fight. I ain't got no dog in the fight. I'm I'm just speaking as I'm just speaking as it come, like I always do. Are you unworthy to judge the smallest matter? See, women, when you marry a man and he give you that ring as a token of his affection, you really show how much you don't want him by what you do with that ring. So you gonna meet him. So you had a man for years, and all those rings you didn't want them, but you gonna meet a man for a month and want his. Smallest matter. Set it on the left, y'all. Said, oh, I love this here. Put it on and see what happened to you. See, one thing about God, He don't play fair. Know you not that we shall judge angels? How much more things that pertain to this life? You think we can't say nothing about what you doing? Don't do it. Watch this. I've been out since 10 o'clock. I was talking to a few people. I told them what I was doing. Guess what? What kind of car I drove? Who was I with? What did I do? Where did I go? Ain't nobody got to know everything I do. But when you ain't used to nothing, when you ain't never had nothing, We take other people's stuff and 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 and, 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 and guess what we do? We happy for their stuff because we ain't got it. My brother called me today. His first grandchild graduated going to high school. He was so happy he called me before he went. He called me when he got out. So I was talking to my mom. My uncle died. I don't know if y'all remember telling me saying that I was going to visit him because he been wanting me to come down there. But that's how I am. When I don't fool with my family, I don't fool with him. He talk too much. What you doing, nephew? Come preach to me, nephew. I should have went. But the day I made up my mind to go, he died. But my uncle had all kind of property. All kind of property. And the girl he was with but never married, she was still paying taxes on some of the property. But he had two children, and the two children trying to get the property, but y'all ain't got no money to pay for the property. What I'm trying to tell you, you will know how a person feel about you when you know how they want to live their life with you. Huh? You don't even know the code to the bank card yet, do you? Do you? You ain't know how much what this balance is, do you? Yeah, I watch them kind. I watch them kind. But now, when you in love, you don't look at them like that. Because see, if a man running game, he ain't gonna let you know his finances. He ain't gonna let you know what's near. Now, every now and then he might drop a breadcrumb to keep you coming back. Huh? Man, I was with the doctor today and we had to do something and I was driving and she couldn't do it. I said, "Hun, send it from my account." Now I had to touch my, cause you see, you know, y'all know I like technology, so my phone, you can put the code in it, but I like to touch and my phone open up. You know what I'm saying? And then if you put the code in too much and it ain't right, after the second try, it gonna shut down and it ain't gonna come back on. Nah, I ain't gonna come back on because I got a lot of stuff in here. I might have some incriminating evidence in here. Yeah, I might got some tea. I might got some pictures. I might got some videos. Ooh, what you doing on there, Brother Hubbard? I'm just talking. It says, if then you have judgments of things pertaining to the life, set them to judge who are least esteemed in church, which means stop running to people who you think know it all, who prideful. Go to somebody who don't know nothing. But because a lot of you know you wrong, you don't want to go nobody that gonna tell you the truth. You want to go to somebody who gonna feed you your lie. Verse 5 says, I speak to your shame. Is it so that there is not a wise man among you? No, not one that shall be able to judge between his brethren. But brother go to the law with brother, and that before the unbelievers. Now, therefore, there is utterly a fault among you, because you go to law one with another. Why do you rather take wrong? Why do you not rather suffer yourself to be defrauded? Nay, you do wrong and defraud, and that your brethren. See, don't preach me Christ if I can't see it in your life. I wonder how many, I wonder how many videos old Josiah can listen to when I was in the house and he used to come in there and I used to do my videos. And he'll come on and say, hey Dad, let me talk to him. Hey Dad, let me say hi. But notice, my love for God never stopped. Even when I didn't see his love in what I was doing. Not what I was doing, and what was going on in my life. God, you must hate me. Now you embarrassing me, God. Now what I'm going to do, God? Man, you ain't got to question God if you trust God. Because after a few months, and I finally, because see, I was in a place of instability in my life, but I was in a place of stability with God. Can I tell y'all men a secret? How can a woman walk up to you and tell you who you are in God? I'm talking about how can a woman say, I've been listening to what you teach. I want to be a sponge. Man, if your woman haughty, she ain't no good. If your woman put you down, she ain't no good. I was chatting with somebody. I ain't gonna name no names because they got to tell their own story. The woman said, even when my husband was unfaithful, I was still faithful. God, y'all find out the man cheating, you go cheat. You find out the woman cheating, you get. For some of us, and I use the word some loosely. It's something to be done wrong by a person and you still stick to the script. It's something for a woman to call a man everything but a child of God and the man still honor his role. But now, some of you will leave your relationships and y'all will go out here and defraud new people. Yeah, y'all fraud. How do you defraud them? Do you cuss them out like you cussed your last husband out? Your last wife? Do y'all steal? Do y'all help them with the bills? You see, if you can't treat the next person like you treat the last person, then you defrauding them because they don't know who you are. When they gonna know how you are? Do you clean up behind yourself in the bathroom? You got stockings and drawers and hair and eyelashes everywhere. Oh, you pick up for the new man, but you was nasty with the old one. Oh, you mean to tell me you asking how much the bill is and you gonna pay it? Or is you telling them, don't worry about it, God gonna make a way, and you got 4,000, 5,000 in your pocket? Y'all defrauding people. Fraud. You like Orange Juice Jones. I saw you and him walking in the rain. You were holding hands and never be the same. You are fake, busted. Y'all out here giving massages to the new man, and you didn't get in there to the old one. Fraud. Oh, y'all got y'all representative on because you ain't really tell. They really don't know how you really is. I got you, but I'm gonna tell you something. Verse 9 says, know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of God? Be not deceived, neither fornicators, idolaters, adulterers, effeminate, nor abusers of themselves with mankind. That means screwing animals. Nor thieves, nor covetous, nor drunkards, nor revilers, nor extortioners shall inherit the kingdom of God. You a fornicator, but you say you got a man of God now. Okay, bet. Idolater. Oh, you just like the house they got, the car they drive. You flexing. Okay, so as a man, as a woman of God, all right. Adulterers. You done cheated on the last one, but you ain't gonna cheat on this one. But that's a man of God. Okay, bet. Effeminate. Y'all know what effeminate mean. You got a little sugar in your tank. You act. See, now I don't know how y'all feel, but Brother Hubbard, he get his hands done and little toes every now and then, cause I don't like them long things, and I don't want to bite my nails off. So I had to let Sue Lee do them. All right. Well, I ain't gonna worry about y'all sleep with animals. Okay, we can skip that one. All right. That mostly for the other ones. I don't see too many of y'all doing it. Nor thieves. You lie to get money. You steal money. But you done met a man or a woman after God's own heart. Are you stealing from them too? I just want to know. Because, see, I'm perplexing my message for the sake of people that left people that done cheated on them more than once, that done stole from them more than once, that didn't do nothing, but they say they didn't love them, but they did everything against them, and they not once let them go. They the one left. And now they think they inherited the kingdom of God based off their decision. Honey, boom. It don't work like that. We in the kingdom. See, it's just like when you get in them gangs, you know, one way in, one way out. What they used to get in there, we had a gang over in Vice Hill. It was called FTH. F them HOEs. But when we went to high school, it was friends through hardship, and 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 we stayed in the projects. And when they want to get in the game, we had to jump them in. Everybody beat them, but you had to pass caveman to really get in. Y'all know who caveman was. Boy, I used to get in that 3-point stance, and we had them blindfolded, so they ain't know who hit them. Boy, I come around there with that forearm, pow, and but if you got up for that, we let you on in. But boy, I used to wear them out. They be coming out there all bloody and everything, but they happy they made it. That's the same analogy to a point that you got to be with God. No matter what God take from me, no matter what God don't give me, I'm going to take them licks because I want God. Huh? I can lose everything right now. I won't lose God. You know why? He done already tested me twice. I've been homeless 4 times now. Well, I wasn't exactly homeless, but I went in a place that should have been my home, you know. You know. I was told to leave. Just in case anybody want the truth, you know. I said, well, what you want me to do? You know, I ain't gonna tell you what we're talking about. I think you should go. I said, okay. Hell, they had already packed my stuff up and thrown it on my truck. Oh, bastard. Took all my silverware, no sheets, no pillowcases, no spoons, no forks, no dishes. That's my enemy for life. And they don't even know it. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I done told you how I am. I can sit back and wait. I can wait on mine. It can be 10 years from now. I ain't in no hurry. Cause remember, going down into Birmingham, I'm certified crazy. I didn't tell y'all the heifer even talking about gonna put a restraining order on me. And I done took care of these bastards for 9 years. All right, I think I'm getting angry. Let me get back around here. Let me get back in the play. Verse 11, and such were some of you, but ye are washed, but you are sanctified, but you are justified in the name of the Lord Jesus and by the Spirit of our God. All things are lawful unto me, but all things are not expedient. All things are lawful for me, but I would not be under the power of any. See, what Paul was trying to relay here, that you can do whatever you want with your life. That's why I tell y'all you can do what you want to do. Which means you got control over your own life. But here Paul says, they lost, but they not expedient. What does that mean? Expedient means convenient and practical, although possible, improper, or immoral. Which means even if you ain't got a relationship with God, man, let me go find this definition. I feel that one now. I hear you, God. Ooh, that's gonna be good. You know, I'm gonna use the Cambridge Dictionary since they think they proper in doing what they want to do. Y'all do know I use the dictionary according to the spirit that I'm teaching. Experience is helpful, is defined as helpful or useful in a particular situation, but sometimes not morally acceptable. All right, let's put it into some kind of context. Say God told you that you can date a man, but you can't have sex with that man. The situation you in can help you, but to have sex, it would be morally unacceptable to God. I'm gonna tell y'all why. Y'all know why a lot of times, hear me now, a lot of times God will allow people to date, but put in your spirit not to sleep with them. But because some of y'all just horn dogs, y'all do it anyway. Y'all know y'all trying to hide it, you know. The reason he say that, because sometimes God wants you in a situation that can help you, but he know if you sleep with him, it will harm you. Because then you won't thank God for the situation, you will thank God for the person. The person, see, God can allow anybody to bless you. Do you know how many times God done put me in situations to just help somebody? Fine as they was, you know, Brother Hubbard probably want to clap some cheeks, but I got a relationship with God. You better not touch him. I said, dog, God, you know, be honest with God. I said, dog, God, she thick though. You better not touch her. I wiped my mouth. I said, okay, God, let me go around here. Just because you can do it and you may not see the natural action of what you're doing is wrong, it's the spiritual principle that you broke. You disobeyed. You disobeyed because you want to do what you want to do. Now you want to take God's word and twist it because you know you're wrong, but you're trying to make it right because you have no relationship with God and say, hey, God, I was wrong. All things are lawful for me, but I will not be brought under the power of any. That means don't let sin control your decision and then get in sin trying to make your sin look right. Now you're coming against God because you know what God had told you. You know it's right, but because you love the creature more than the creator, you fall. And then you want to blame the creature for something the creator told him or her to say. Meats for the belly and the belly for the meats, but God shall destroy both in and them. Now the body is not for fornication, but for the Lord, and the Lord for the body. And God have both raised up the Lord and will also raise up us by his own power. Know you not that your bodies are the members of Christ? Shall I then take the members of Christ and make them the members of a harlot? God forbid. What? Know you not that he which is joined to a harlot is one body? For two say he shall be one flesh. I told y'all the revelation for that this morning. I ain't going back through it. I covered that part. See, sometimes God put you in the middle of your sin to help you. And we'll take our sin and use it as a trampoline to jump and give God the finger. God said, don't do that. God said, God said, you're going to be, then watch this. Then we begin to run from the truth like we're a track star. But we say we ain't running from the truth. You is running from the truth. She's a runner. She's a track star. Because the target on your back, the hellhound's coming. Ooh, you've already been fired from your position. Ain't nothing left to live for but yourself. Because that's what you love, yourself. Flee fornication. Every sin that a man does is without the body. But he that committed fornication sins against his own body. Y'all know what? The reason people can't flee fornication is because for some men and women, that's all they got to offer. So you can't know your body is the temple of the Holy Ghost because you using it in unholy ways, wearing unholy clothes. In other words, whoring, harlot. For you are bought with a price. Therefore, glorify God in your body, in your spirit, which are God. But see, ain't no need in glorify God in your body. You've been sold. What we said this morning. God said, I got my hand over my eyes. Do you know when God says he has his hand over your eyes? The only other person he did that to was what's the name? When he wanted to show him that he said, show me your glory. And God said, I'm gonna put your hand over your eyes and you're gonna see my back parts. When God puts his hand over your part, over your eyes, the back part means there's nothing left for you. Ain't nothing left for you. Y'all got to be aware of turning your back on God for your sin. Y'all got to be aware of how many God has sent word to save your life, and then all of a sudden you think God trying to harm your life. Y'all got to be aware of assuming that God hates you, and all the time God protect you. You gonna see hate. June 1st is all out in the open. Ain't nothing left to hide. Who that is? Johnny, is that Johnny Gill or Johnny Blue Blaze? You thought you had a garden of Eden, and you did till that snake came along. He took you away in your red car, and then you turned around. God left you alone.